everyone, this is Vin Siba, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the continuing rise of microtransactions in our video games. Lately, they've been a huge deal in the media because of their ever increasing intrusiveness in our games, and also with articles like the Rolling Stone one that showed light on Activision's patent, where we found out that companies have been trying to ascertain the best way to mentally manipulate its players into forking over more cash. This is a problem because when gamers pay $60 for a video game, they don't want to start feeling like they're entering a casino when they sit down on their couch. Granted, there are a few games like GTA 5 where you spend money and exactly get what you want. And it's not in your face either when getting regular items with in-game currency. In fact, to get a shark card, you have to go into a separate menu. What I think big publishers want our console and PC video games to eventually become is what we can see in mobile games right now, where you get a base game for a small fee or you get it for free. And while playing or at the intro screen, you get barraged with the ability to buy other features, whether it be more levels or cosmetic items. And while playing, you get to be reminded repeatedly that you can always spend more. Today's video games right now are already adopting this same model, minus the small interest fee, of course. In Heroes of the Storm, there are 3 currencies at the top of the screen. You spend money to get gems. You use gems to buy characters or loot boxes. From the loot boxes, you get shards, and with shards, you buy everything else. In total, you can buy characters, skins, mounts, emojis, announcers, banners, sprays, voice lines, and finally, portraits. So you now have 7 categories, with of which there are probably more than 35 different items in each one. This greatly lowers the chance of getting what you want when opening a loot box. In Mordor, Shadow of War, you cannot open a loot or war chest without coming to a screen that shows you all of the real money options that you can buy. And finally, in Destiny 2, to be able to turn in the bright Ingram you obtain from leveling, you have to travel to the Eververse lady, in which you'll be given the option to spend real money to get bright Ingrams in hopes of getting a desirable consumable shader and or mod that you weren't able to get through just leveling or grinding. These transactions aren't hidden. They're in your face, and after a while, you will begin to realize that everyone, especially in multiplayer games, is now a walking advertisement. For example, I like using Zarya when I play Overwatch, and with the recent Halloween update, she has a new 80s skin that I want. And so there are 2 ways I could get it. Either one, I sit at the loot box slot machine and keep throwing real money at it until I get it, or 2, I just suck it up and grind for 3,000 credits. So far, I've done both. I spent about $20, which gave me 22 loot boxes, and I leveled around 17 times. In that time, I received Torbjorn's skin, Reapers, and Symmetras, and in total about 2,280 credits. But alas, I did not receive 80's big hair pink Zarya. Even though this brings frustration to me, Overwatch's use of microtransactions is tame compared to others, such as the most notable NBA 2K18's grind to get a new haircut. So now enough complaining. What's to be done and what can we do? Honestly, I feel there's not much we can do, but I think eventually the publishers will ruin it for themselves. I see microtransactions as the current business fad, to where they try to push the envelope as far as they can by using intrusive and ever increasing manipulation tactics on customers until parents just start to begin to wonder where all of their kids' allowance is going, and when they find out, realize that their kids have been introduced to gambling. Also, I don't think it'll stop until older gamers stop buying AAA games and decide to wade the tide by playing older or indie games where they don't have to deal with microtransaction for sale signs while they play. Also, I think what might happen is there will be other companies that will take advantage of EA or Activision by labeling their titles with microtransaction free as sort of a promotion tool. But me personally, I'm just getting tired of seeing microtransactions everywhere. And even though an article in Forbes said older gamers like myself just fail to accept the fact that the gaming industry has changed, I still think younger gamers aren't that enthusiastic about paywalls popping up in every game they play either. Eventually, in the end, the vocal minority and quite majority gamers will find other resources where they can game in peace, because there are other options out there and publishers know this. But in the meantime, they're going to grab as much of your money as they can until they're legally stopped or we get sick of it en masse. I'm sure that there's always going to be some kind of extra content that you'll be able to purchase. But I think in the future, it's going to have to be way more conservative and just way less predatory, especially when it comes to kids. So, anyways, that's my outlook on the situation. I'd like to hear your predictions down in the comments below. And just what you think is going to be the watershed moment to where companies are forced to lessen their tactics when dealing with microtransactions. Anyways, this has been Ben Seba, and I'm out.